Hi there, Flosstube. This is Lunar of Lunar Witch Stitchery. My pronouns are they, them. I hope that you're all doing well today. I am just here with my regularly scheduled Flosstube. This is going to be a general recap for most of the month of March. Today, when I'm filming, is March 26th. So we still have a few days left in the month, but I was in a pretty good mood today, and it's a weekend, so I had a little bit of time on my hands to actually sit down and film, so I thought that it would be a good day to take care of that. So, as usual, if you're new here, I do a little bit of a life update before I get into my whip stuff, just because it gives some context a lot of the time for some of the stuff I've been working on. So if you don't want to hear about that, you can just go ahead and click ahead. I do leave little times in the video bar, so you should just be able to click right to my whip update if you want to. I hope that the month of March has been treating all of you well. It hasn't been the worst for me. I think I'm kind of starting to finally get out of that funk that I have been in for the past almost year, honestly. Really, it started around last May or June, and yeah, so I'm starting to feel better. We are filming again today in my canopy bed on a different wall this time than last time. I think my camera doesn't like these lights behind me, so I'm hoping that doesn't cause any issues in the footage later on. But anyway, I've been starting to feel a little bit better, so I started making some lifestyle changes. I actually implemented some similar changes about 2 years ago, and I've really stuck with it for about a year, and then beginning to mid 2022 I kind of fell off of that, and I just wallowed all of last year. So the past few days in particular, I've been really just doing a good job with making sure I'm going on a morning walk and all this other stuff to help with my mental and physical health. Obviously, I mean, maybe not obviously, but I have depression and all this other stuff. So none of that is going to cure my mental health problems, but it definitely does help. And I do notice a difference when I'm taking care of myself. So I've been feeling pretty good lately. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to notice it in my voice. I can hear it just a little bit, but I'm actually recovering from COVID at the moment. I tested positive exactly a week ago, I believe. I'm feeling a lot better now. But yeah, last Saturday I was hanging out with my partner, my best friend, and I was like, I just feel like shit. I need to go home and lie down. And I felt like it was just a cold coming on. But the next morning I was having these muscle aches in my neck, and it was so bad that it was radiating up into my teeth. Wild sensation. So just to be sure, because I don't usually get body aches with colds, I took a COVID test, and lo and behold, it came back positive. So I've been quarantining for the last little while here, but it really was not nearly as bad as the last time I had COVID last summer, when I was on my deathbed, ready to pass away at any moment. This time I was mostly just a little bit sniffly, coughy, really tired. Yes, I'm definitely still really exhausted. My energy levels haven't quite come back up, and I've still got some of the COVID brain fog, and I'm still just a tiny bit congested. So that's what I was talking about with hearing it in my voice, is I can hear the congestion in my sinuses, but you guys probably can't tell, so that's good. Other than that, nothing too exciting. I did want to mention, I should have brought this up in my previous Flosstube video, but it was actually my 1-year Flosstube anniversary at the beginning of March. I totally spaced out on this during my last filming session because I was so focused on it being February. But yeah, I have been on Flosstube for over a year now. It's really cool just thinking about how far we've come in that time. As I'm filming, I have almost 700 subscribers now, which is so cool. And I'm just really happy with the amount of engagement I get on my videos. I absolutely love chatting with you guys in the comments, and it's just been a really awesome and healthy thing for me to take part in. My partner does stitch, but I don't have any other friends who stitch, so it's really cool to be able to talk to people that like really get the passion and stuff. And I'm very chatty, so I could go on for hours about cross stitch, and sitting here and talking to my camera for like 40 minutes and then going in the comments and talking to you guys is just like super therapeutic for me. So if you've been here since the beginning or if you just subscribed today, thank you so much regardless. It really makes me happy to be able to do this. Okay, I think that's everything that I have for my life stuff, so let's go ahead and get into whips. So last time I was talking about how I simply just like did not want to stitch, and I was still kind of feeling that way for the first half of March. I was working on my Princess Serenity stitch on and off, which you guys will see in a little bit. But I wasn't really doing it every day. I wasn't making a lot of progress when I was sitting down on it. It was mostly just like to give myself something to do so I wouldn't go crazy. But I would say, I don't know, probably maybe a little over a week ago, something finally changed in my brain and I got interested in stitching again, which is great. I think my fixation on like writing and video games finally calmed down, so we're back to the stitching. So yes, because of that, the first part of March I didn't do a lot of stitching, so for how much time has passed, I don't have that much to show you guys, unfortunately, but I am really happy with the progress I was able to make, and the 3 whips I'm going to be showing you guys, I have a fair bit to say about each of them, so yeah, let's just get into it. So first off, I am going to be talking about my Dark Queen of the Earth stitch along. Just some info and stuff on this piece before we talk about all the things I want to talk about. This is a 12-part stitch along being hosted by Autumn Lane Stitchery and Under the Sea Fabrics. My queen is being stitched on the fabric shade Nightshade, 32 count linen, and I'm doing it with 2 strands over 2. The sale started September of last year, so we are, as of today, as of filming, we're up to part 7. I'm not quite sure when this video will come out, but we will be getting part 8 at the beginning of April, on April 1st. So last time I filmed and then took a while to edit, so by the time I uploaded it, the next part had come out, and I was talking in the video like it hadn't come out yet, so yeah, wow, so crazy. But anyway, I did make some progress on this piece, so here is where I was at last time, and then this is what I did recently, and by that I mean very recently. So this is from part 6, and then this little bit here is part 7, and she does not have a torso, so I have talked about this a bit in the past. I kind of took a break from this piece because we've just been getting background after background after background, and I got so tired of stitching these like brown, I don't know if they're like supposed to be logs or vines or what, but the wood texture stuff and the green vines, I was like so over it. So I think the last time I worked on that piece was the beginning of February, and then I worked on it again I think 3 days ago. So I took a bit over a month off, and I was very much like, I'm just not gonna stitch on this until April, like it's not a priority right now. I'm just gonna focus on other stuff. I don't want to, make myself hate this piece. But the other day I just kind of felt like picking it up, so I did, and I was able to finish what I wanted to finish with part 6, which is again over here. So this drop includes this background section, and then it also includes her torso. I chose not to stitch her torso at this time. That's because I think in the next drop, possibly, but at some point we may be getting a topless version of the queen, and I just want to see what that looks like before I go through all the effort of stitching her torso, in case I end up wanting to stitch that version. Then I don't have to frog out those like 1,000 or so stitches. That's an awful lot to frog out. So I'll be doing that later, after we get the the charted topless version. And again, if I don't like it, I'll just stitch the normal version. It's not a big deal. But yes, so I actually did that over the space of like 2 or 3 days. I really cranked it out. It wasn't that many stitches. Pattern Keeper says that this is about 1,300 stitches-ish, give or take, because there's some half stitches in there too. So, you know, it wasn't so bad. But I did do that in just a couple days, and then I popped over to this side to start on part 7. Part 7 is this really beautiful circle that's going up and around. I do really love it. It is some heavy brown stitching. So, yeah, I am hoping to catch back up on this piece. I'm not really sure if that's going to happen anytime soon. Because again, I'm still not like trying to force myself to work on this, but I have been enjoying it the last few days. So, I might pick this up again very soon, and I might finish part 7 before we get part 8. That would be kind of cool, but not holding myself to that. So that's where we're at with her. I'm really happy that I'm not like so mad at her anymore. Yeah. Next up we have my Noah's Ark cross stitch pattern. It's a Precious Moments pattern. If you're not familiar, this is a piece that my mom started. She did all the full cross, and I am now doing all the back stitch. This piece is like super old, so yes. I did a fair bit on this. So here's where I was at last time, and then this is where I got to now. If you can see, I did move my Q-snap, so let me see if I can't get a quick progress picture here so you guys can see all of the things that I did. So that is what it's looking like underneath the Q-snap. The back stitching on this side of the arc is all finished, so I'm just kind of moving my way across. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it's looking. When I moved my Q-snap, I did take the opportunity to actually run that piece of fabric through my serger. The edges on it were not serged, and they were fraying like crazy. This was a piece my mom started for me for like a birth commemorative thing, and I'm turning 25 in like 9 days. So this fabric is super, super old, and I just don't want to risk damaging it as I'm handling it and doing the back stitch. So yes, it is now serged, and I'm feeling a lot better about it. I also took off some of the excess fabric because this was actually a huge piece of fabric for like the size of the stitch area. So yeah, my mom's birthday was March 14th, so I did not finish this for her birthday, which is fine. I kind of knew that that was going to happen just based on like my stitching energy levels. So yeah, I'm not setting a new goal for that aside from like having it done before the end of the year. Yeah, I don't know. It's been pretty fun for me lately, honestly. I've just been trying to do like little bits at a time, and just seeing how much I can get done, I guess. It feels like I still have a lot to go, but I really don't. I would say I'm probably almost halfway, which is pretty cool. So yes, I will continue working on that, and I will update you. I did ask my dad if he like knew if my mom had ever said anything about how she wanted it framed, and he was like, nah man, I have no idea. So it sounds like it's going to be kind of up to me. I'm planning to surprise her by getting it framed for her. So I don't know, we'll see what happens there. But yes, that's that piece. And then the third piece I have for you guys today is my favorite girl. This is Princess Serenity by Make It Pink. The original art is by Hannah Alexander. Yes, this is where I was at last time, and then here is where I have gotten to now. I've done quite a bit. So we are moving down the dress. If we can get it where the glare is not catching it. I'm super happy with the amount of progress I've been doing on this piece. Let me get some numbers for you really quick. This is 23.58%. I was really hoping to get to 25% by the end of March. March is not over yet, so maybe I still will. There's still time. And then this is 12,524 stitches. So, pretty good. I'm really happy with how this is looking, like I said. I'm starting to get to some of the beads, if you can see like some of the holes in here. Are going to be for beads. So that's actually been kind of exciting because this has just been like about 4,000 stitches of straight full cross and nothing else. And I was starting to get a little bit bored of it. So it's been kind of cool. I really like it. I'm really excited to keep working on it, etc., etc. I feel like I had something else I wanted to bring up with her, but I guess not. Stitching info on this. This is 2/2 on 36 count Aphrodite linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. Okay, so that's what I have for whips. Let's talk about purchases really quick. I just have a couple things. One, I picked up some more little metal rings. Finally, I've been like out of them for a while, and I've just been using like either just embroidery floss or like some of this cotton cording I had around to tie all my floss chips together for projects. And I am just like over it. So actually I think this one has a metal ring. Yes. So this is what I'm talking about. Just these guys, and they just pop open. My Michaels lately has had absolutely no cross-stitching embroidery stuff. But my Joann's is like so stocked up, and it's so funny because they're like 30 seconds of driving apart. Like they're so close together. But yeah, I guess nobody goes to my Joann's for cross-stitching supplies, which is really funny. So I was able to pick up some of those there. So that was awesome. Speaking of Joann's, I did hear that they're having a sale on DMC right now. So I may be running there tomorrow to pick some up. We will see. I am tempted to like try to finish collecting a whole master set of DMC, but I think that might be a little bit too much. So I might look ahead to just see if there's anything more I need for like my next Sailor Moon pattern that I'm doing or anything like that. And speaking of the Sailor Moon patterns, I am a big fool and I forgot to bring this into my canopy bed, and it's kind of like a whole production to get back out because like my tripod's on the mattress, my laptop is on the mattress. So I'm not going to go get it. But my fabric for my next Sailor Moon piece did come in. I'm so excited. I will make sure to put in a picture here. This is in the color Junebug from Fabrics by Stephanie. I am in love with it. It's so pretty. I'm so excited to start on that piece. I'm not like in a huge rush to finish Serenity, but I am really excited to stitch on that fabric. It's so gorgeous. I am doing all of these in 36 count, so that's what that linen is in, if you're wondering. I ordered this back, I don't know, like the beginning of February, I think. And yeah, she does have like quite a long waiting period for your fabric to be dyed, but that's really no problem. So I was super excited when it did finally show up, and I'm really, really happy with the color, like I said. So yes. Sailor Uranus, the main color of her is this like dark navy, and that looks really good against the fabric. There's a couple colors that kind of blend in, but like they're all going to be kind of accent colors, and they're also all going to be outlined by some darker back stitching, so I'm not really concerned about that. And I did like, when I chose all my fabrics for these, I edited a picture of the Sailor Scout on top of the fabric, just so I could see what it would actually look like. So I do know that she will look good on this fabric, so I'm excited. Hello, I hope you can see me okay-ish. It would be great if I could have a single video where I do not have to film one of these like post-filming things. But I did want to mention that I have been considering, since my birthday is coming up, like I said, I'm turning 25 on April 4th, so I'm really excited. But I have been considering actually starting Sailor Uranus as like a birthday new start. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't have her fully kitted up at the moment. I just have the fabric and the DMC. I don't have any beads or specialty floss, but like that stuff can wait. Like it'll be fine. The beads come at the end, and the specialty floss I think is mainly for like the background piece. The little background emblem for all of the Sailor Scouts is being done in Kreinik Silk Mori. And then there might be a couple like metallics here and there, but yeah, I've been thinking about starting her. There's like this voice in my brain that's like, you don't need another project. You shouldn't do that. But like, I'm gonna start her at some point this year anyway. So like, I could just do it for my birthday. I don't know. We will see. We will see. And yes, that is all I have purchased. Again, doing really well on my no spend, so I'm proud of that. And then for plans, I just realized like today or yesterday that I actually missed one of my project birthdays. Not like a huge deal or anything because it's literally cross-stitch fabric, so like it doesn't have feelings. But it was Miss Odile's birthday very recently. That project's birthday is March 21st, and like I said, today is the 26th, so I haven't missed it by too much, but yeah, I just like completely spaced out on it, so I'm kind of interested in picking that piece up. I've been thinking about it a little bit for the past couple weeks anyway. So I don't know, maybe like the next couple days I'll put in a few stitches on that just to see how we're doing. Otherwise, for things I want to do, I would love to get Serenity up to 40%. I don't know if that's a reasonable goal, because that would be, if I get to 25 by the end of March, it would be another 15%, so that's a lot of stitches. I don't know. But I'm really wanting to make some big chunks of progress on her. And I think like the full cross will bring me to about 70 or 80% on this piece, and then the rest is all backstitching and beads, which go pretty quick-ish. Serenity has over 5,000 beads, so when I say quick, it's definitely a relative term there. But yeah, we'll see. I still have like a soft goal of trying to finish her before July because I would love to have her finished for my mid-year whip parade. Be even cooler if she was an FFO by then. If she was like all the way framed up and everything, that would be so cool. I don't think that the framing will happen, but I do think it would be really awesome to have her done. So we shall see. So 40% by the end of April is the goal there. I would like to put in some really good work on this. Honestly, if I worked on this every day, I could probably finish it by the end of April. But knowing myself, that is not going to happen. I really have issues when I start to tell myself that I have to do something every day. It just like makes my brain really upset. So I'm just going to work on it, when I can. It does help that it's sitting right next to the couch all the time. And it's already on a Q-snap, so I don't have to fiddle with like putting it on a hoop or anything. I can just pull it out and stitch it really quick. So yeah, we'll see. I would love to have this out of my hair. This honestly is like not my style at all. But I do like back stitching, so that's like a side tangent. Dark Queen, like I said, I think it would be cool to be caught up. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. I guess like I could put a soft goal of being caught up by the end of April. I think I at least want to stitch part 8 unless it's more background, in which case I'll probably continue to take a break. Not that the background isn't beautiful, because I do really love it. It's just really difficult for me to work on right now. So if we do get her face or part of her hair or something, that would be super cool, and I would love to stitch that. I've also been kind of thinking about working on some of my full coverage pieces again. I have been thinking in particular about Magic Study, actually, which I haven't worked on in a super long time. So I may be pulling that back out just to get some stitches in on it just for fun. And one other thing I keep forgetting to bring up is my tarot stitch along. So I only worked on this one time, Uh, but I realized I actually stitched the wrong frame. Like I started stitching the wrong frame. I wanted to do the other one. Luckily I didn't get very far. I think I have like 200 stitches max, but I'm going to be frogging that out at some point. So, just know that, I did realize that. So I will have to unpick all of those stitches. I also meant to ask in this video, what you folks like to use the best for beading thread. I posted a question in the Make It Pink support group about this, and everybody was like all over the place. It sounded like the top 3 answers were like a specific invisible thread. I can't remember which kind. Nymo, which is a nylon beading thread, or just using regular embroidery floss that matches either the fabric, the stitches, or the beads. So like it's kind of everywhere. I was kind of thinking about trying out the Nymo just to see like how it is. The last time I did beading was I think in 2017, and it was actually on like a costume, not a cross stitch. I don't know that I've ever actually beaded a cross stitch. Anyway, but I think for that I just used thread that matched like the base of the shirt and the skirt that I was beading. But I don't know how that works for cross stitch, so let me know what you guys think. Do you prefer invisible thread? Do you like Nymo, or do you just use regular embroidery floss? I believe that is everything. I have been tossing around the idea of filming more often now that I'm feeling a bit better, so maybe you'll get more frequent updates. I'm not sure. We will see. But thank you all so much for being here tonight, and I will see you next time. Bye!